Evening freaks, I'm here to do the Which Way Crafty collective read so we can tap into the energies that are in play this week and see the best way to move forward on the weird way. And in fact, I was thinking in the future, I'm probably just going to change the name of these reads to the weird way, 22 on the clock when I said that. I feel like I want to open it up more, I was thinking about it and which way might just sort of, detour some people from exploring what these readings are about. And really, this is about those who are tapped into the old ways, and there's a lot of ways to work the roots, right? To work the roots. So I just want to open it up a little bit in the future. So we'll go ahead and go by the usual title this week, but next week, look out for the weird way, okay? I think it's going to open it up for more people. And I do want more people to take advantage of these reads. I had some opening messages come in that I wanted to bring in before I even touch the cards. And tonight with the cards, I'm going to work with the Arcane Bullshit deck and also the Super Awesome Future cards. I love both of these decks. They're really out there. They work with a lot of archetypal imagery and absurdity, and that really resonates with me. 1:33 on the clock. My brain works like that, that's what inspires me. And I get a lot of my helpful messages come in when, the ego gets out of the way, right? Where you tap into that absurdity, that humor, that irony, and it sort of gets you out of your own way, and then you can really channel through the messages. And this was part of the download that kind of came in, this need to really do just something that's quick and easy, but a quick cleansing for those of you who do any kind of psychic work, whether you work with the tarot or you do energy work with people, or whether you're about to do ritual or any kind of work where you're engaging in psychic activity, in particular where you're using your voice, where you're expressing your words. Important to do like a cleansing of the mouth before you do this kind of work. And I've been also doing it kind of like over my auric field too, with clove oil. Clove oil is really good for just like clearing out energies and just sort of purifying. It's real quick, just put a couple drops of clove oil in your mouth. You can even swish it around with some coconut oil, do a little oil pulling and spit it out. And that is just, it feels like, I don't know, it does something. It does something where it allows things to come through clearer. And I just kind of like run my hands, over the chakra centers after I do this, for the mouth. And it's just, it takes a couple minutes, not even a couple minutes, maybe a minute, maybe a minute, and it really seems to make a difference. And I was just really getting this peace coming in for those of us who do workings, for those of us who are working with alchemy, and even just in our day-to-day lives, the power of our words, to be mindful of our words, how we use our words, understanding that our words are a type of currency, and the value of also listening more. 4 on the clock when I said that, okay? It's like that's the foundation. The foundation is to listen more, and then you will be more mindful of your words. So this piece really, really came in very strongly. Also, the stone carnelian came in, and I thought that was very interesting because when carnelian came in, I also saw in my mind's eye like these 2 pulsating lights, and they look like an eye, almost like that eye of protection. And the center, though, was yellow, and the outside was blue, and they were just pulsating. And I really got this like strong piece that it's really important to do a lot of that, sacral chakra work right now, and to also bring it up to the throat, open up the throat center. So this piece of like merging the creative, right? We were talking about the word, the power of our words. First there was the word, and the word was God. A lot of people don't understand that, what it really means. Those on the WYRD way, likely you do, but a lot of the general public take that at face value rather than metaphorically. And metaphorically, the God is the creative power, right? And it's basically saying that our words, our actual words, are spells. Our words are spells. 555 on the clock. They activate change. They are vibrations, And in Ayurveda, we know this too. The bija, seed sounds, Each of those sounds, each of those individual sounds has all the knowledge of the Vedas in it. And when you bring that sound into being, there is an activation of energy. It's like quantum physics, It's fascinating stuff. And you can go really deep with it. But there's this real strong piece right now about doing a lot of purification for the mouth and the throat. So I think like salt gargles, would be really good. Neti pot, with salt would be really good. You could also do neti pot with warm ghee. And that's very nourishing for ajna, the third eye chakra, okay? But this was just coming in so strongly, this need to really open up the sacral chakra, to open up that energy center that allows us to express our creativity. And with our creativity, we call things into being, but it merges into the world through the voice. This connecting piece is coming in really strong. And carnelian also enhances creativity. That's one of the things that it's very beneficial for. And I just so happen to have a carnelian gua sha. And I don't know how many of you know how to use a gua sha, but you use the edge here. It's just kind of like the scraping motion. You go down towards the fingers or down towards the toes when you're working the limbs. You want to work with the meridian entry and exit points, okay? This is an excellent way to do energetic cutting, is with a gua sha. It doesn't have to be carnelian. You can get all different kinds of gua shas. They have them made out of ox horn. They have them made of stone. You can even go on a beach, if you find a real flat stone, like a skipping stone, those are perfect to use for gua shas. You can even use those, ceramic spoons that they have in Chinese restaurants that they give you with the wonton soup or the hot and sour soup. Use an edge of one of those. It works. They have wood ones too, but I love these stone ones. And this one is just so beautiful. I got it from the Ayurvedic Healing Center. I used to work at the Dhyana Center. But this piece was coming in, the necessity also to do your last bit of cord cutting, okay? Because we are about to head into the time when the light is going to be growing, It's going to be reaching its apex, Summer solstice is coming up, and we're about to enter the summer season, all right? So there really is this piece coming in pretty strongly about clearing out the last of your ties to anything that keeps you sort of tethered to looking back at the shadow. And this image came in too, and I wanted to bring this in. This particular painting, let me see if they happen to have the name of this painting. Krah. It's by Rudy Hurlsmeyer. this imagery coming in really strongly. Crow medicine. Crow medicine's all about karmic law. It's also very much about mindfulness, you know, mindfulness in how you move, understanding the power of your actions, the power of your words. I just got looking at this image, like some of you may want to do a little walkabout, you know. You might not be able to go off into the wilderness for an extended period of time, but you can go for a day, you know, for a hike. And you can do some purification this way too, you know. Take something that's been weighing on you, you know, do a bit of a ritual walk to sort of determine, you know, what is the karmic balance? What is the way to bring karmic balance to those situations that you've sort of been dragging with you? Because it's going to be time, you know, it's going to be time to step into the light, you know, and work with that energy, work in harmony with that energy. But yes, gua sha, you know, if there's cords you have to cut, focus on that cord you need to cut. Where do you feel it? Where do you feel it in your body? This is about activating that high priestess, you know, the ability to really, you know, embody that archetype, come into that place, you know, of inner intuition, inner guidance, inner knowing. Feel out, where do the cords need to cut? Work that area. Work that area with gua sha. If you're working on your torso, you know, from the center line out, you know, you want expansion is what we're looking for here. Expansion, moving out of contraction into expansion, okay? So that piece really, really wanted to come in. And I also felt really pulled to pick a charm for this reading that'll just kind of talk about sort of an overarching theme to our week ahead and what's in store. Plus, I love the way they sound. There's something about this sound that's really soothing to me. Oh, we got two really sticking to my fingers, so I'm going to take both of them. Okay, so we have a wheelbarrow, okay? And we have a car, all right? So I feel like this is really a message about how do you want to move forward and why it's important to do this like purification work. Really listen more than we speak. Be mindful of the words we use. Making sure that we're clearing all, you know, attachments that are just like heavy, weigh us down. And it all is about how do we want to move forward into this next cycle, all right? Do you want it to be more work? Do you want to have to haul that heavy shit with you, you know, in your wheelbarrow here? Or are you ready to let down that, you know, hard work and instead, you know, go for the sweet ride? I'm going to go for the sweet ride myself, all right? You all have to decide what's best for you. There's also the piece of, you know, just because you do working, those of you who are manifesting things right now, okay? If you're, you know, doing any kind of spell work to call in some kind of personal success in your life or anything of that nature, you know, part of spell work is backing it up with tangible action. It's like, yeah, hold the intention, and then you also have to, you know, do the work. You have to do the work to manifest it. You have to put your money where your mouth is. Basically, it's 14:44 on the clock when I said that. If you want that spiritual help to come through, if you want the backing of spirit, if you want the backing of your gods, if you want the backing of your guides, if you want the backing of your ancestors, you know, however you relate to it, if you want that backing, you have to show that you're willing to show up and do the work. And that's actually part of the ritual. A lot of people forget that, but that's actually part of the ritual. You have to act as if it's already here. So if you want that success, you know, what do successful people do? They probably don't sit around on their ass, you know, watching Netflix, eating chips, you know. Their asses are probably busy, you know. They probably have certain habits, ways of taking care of themselves, you know, things they do. And maybe there's practical things that you need to do in order to manifest what you're aiming for. You know, back it up. Back it up. And if you're not seeing manifestation in the workings you're doing, this may be the piece that you've been missing. You haven't been, sentience. You haven't been grounding it in material reality. And that piece cannot be underestimated. It's super important. All right. So these were the initial downloads that I got. And now I'm going to dive into the cards. If you have not subscribed to the channel, please do. It only takes a second and it would really help abroad out. It ensures I can keep bringing you these reads straight from the hip with lots of lip, and also that they get out to more people. And I'm going to be bringing a lot of fun stuff to the channel. I got a lot of stuff in the works, so you know, do hit the bell so you can stay up to date on everything that'll be coming your way. And yeah, you know, if you dig the reading, you know, give me a thumbs up, share a comment with me. I love to talk to the subscribers. I love to get to know all you. I'd love for this to be a place where we can all just kind of like hang out, chill, talk about weird out there shit, talk about totally, you know, trashy telenovela type stuff, and also, you know, go deep too, you know. A little bit of everything, a little something for everyone, right? I do have a strongly irreverent side to me, though, just so you all know. And I do swear, you know. Maybe that's a piece too. It's interesting, you know. Maybe watch how often you swear, you know. If you're trying to manifest, you know, energy that's soft and, you know, soft and silky and sensual, you might want to notice, you know, if you're cussing like a sailor like I tend to do, you know, you might want to start tempering that a bit. I just saw the temperance card in my mind's eye, you know. Really think about the energy that you're wanting to manifest in your life. Like what are you wanting to ripen on the vine, metaphorically, you know, as that sun comes in. I feel like, you know, Leo season is going to be a really important time for all of us. We're going to see a lot of our dreams and our visions coming to fruition. So it's interesting. I got a few cards that came out here, but I want to just ahead of time pull a few of these super awesome future cards too. What's up, Ted? What? You got something to say? You need to go out? Yeah? Okay. He always does this every time. Okay. There you go, Ted. But it's interesting, the cards that came out for the Arcane Bullshit deck, they came out like this. Just like this. So we have, you know, 3 cards here, upright, and then we have a crossing card. So I'm really interested to see what that turns out to be. And I want to get also just a few of these super awesome future cards, and then we'll just let the whole story come together in one shot. And I better turn these upright. I just noticed they were upside down. All right. Some of you are tired of You're tired of being players. Some of you are tired of being alone. Some of you are just wanting to feel passionate about life again, you know? You make sure these are all turned upright. Some of you may be coming out of a period where you've been struggling with illness. For some of you, that may be, you know, anything from you've been dealing with COVID, you're just starting to feel better, to dealing with, you know, feeling depressed. That's when I'm picking up quite a bit, feeling depressed or struggling with anxiety, you know. Some mental health issues for some of you. I see that that's just started to turn around, you know. Maybe it's been related to a feeling of not feeling fulfilled in your heart. Maybe there's been some kind of mental struggle around that. Maybe there's been some kind of mental struggle around, you know, a relationship, okay, that it affected you. That just kind of came in initially there. Let Ted back in. Maybe you're letting somebody back in. Maybe somebody had to go away for a while, you know, to take care of some business. Maybe you're letting somebody in. This is coming in here. So with these messages, you know, it is for the collective. So understand, not necessarily every message is going to be for you. So take what applies and toss the rest aside, all right? Let's see here, what's coming in for the WYRD Way Collective this week. What's coming in? Way Collective. Woo! This week. What's collective this week? All right, just that one wanted to come out. Oh, okay. King. The king is on the board. Let's see what else we got going on here. And this will form the picture. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. This is very interesting. So I feel like there's one of two ways this could go. Either you resonate with being the king, okay? You may have Leo strongly aspected in your chart, all right? Don't have to. Also, potentially could be Sagittarius with this horse energy here, all right? Those are the two signs that look like they're coming forward, all right? If you resonate 23 on the clock when I said that, big Discordian sign for me, all right? So this could be for a masculine, okay? Maybe you're dealing with some guy that's been a pain in your ass, this fucking guy, all right? And so you have decided that this energy needs to be cut off because they're causing some kind of complications for you. This may have something to do with something on the books, like something financially. You feel like this person has been really like draining you. 23:44 on the clock when I said that, you know? They're like taking money from you, you know? And I think that you're needing to cut some cords with somebody along these lines, all right? So that's one message that's coming through. Another message that's coming through is that those of you out there who are like looking for your king, okay, you're looking for your king, or you're hoping there can be a level up in your situation. It's about being honest with yourselves and remembering who this fucking guy is, you know, that you're currently with, if you're hoping for an up level. Or I feel like some of you, what's in the way is that you got this fucking guy. He ain't a king, he's in the way. You gotta like kind of review, you know, those history books, the history between you two, you know. And this snake energy here, to me, this is really talking about transformational work, you know. You got to tell yourself the truth. You got to tell yourself the truth about, you know, what your history has been like with this person. You can't deny that piece. Is there a possibility to transmute? Sure there is. But this shows that there's been an imbalance in this situation, you know? This is a skeleton eating a banana, you know? There's hasn't been nourishment in this situation, like you've been starved. You've been starved in this situation. In some cases, this motherfucker is so corded in you, he's draining your energy. At the very least, you have to get autonomy, you know, by disconnecting energetically. That's what this is all about here, okay? The decision maker, all right? So this is for women. I feel like, you know, this is coming through really strongly for women in particular. You know, this need to really, you know, use your brain. Use your brain to preserve, you know, your sense of sovereignty, man, your sense of dignity. Cut off what's starving you. You know better than this. You know better than this. You need to invoke a little bit of your Lilith energy. That's what I just got on that. Okay, let's see what the bottom of the deck energy is here. Yeah, you know, we got random clip art with meaningless garbage, all right? You've been just dealing with some half-ass shit, you know? It's like a dime a fucking dozen. You need to toss that. And definitely need to put up some solid boundaries around this, all right? Look at this goat energy showing up, giving you all the athames you need to cut those cords. You know, this card, I believe, came in last week too. So this is a repeat message for you all. This is what your offerings are like if you haven't done that work. Look at this gross cut. If you're not seeing manifestation, this might be why. If you feel like your way is blocked, this is probably why. You need to cut off what you know is toxic to you. This is, I can't help but see the Ace of Cups when I look at this card too, but look what's in it. You can't receive the king, okay? You can't receive the king when this fucking guy is filling your cup. Got it? All right. So that's one story here. Now, when we look on the bottom of the deck energy of the super awesome future cards, we got number 33, that's helpful people, the moon. There's Sagittarius energy again. A friend gave me this deck, and when they gave me this deck, they had written kin. They'd written kin in the moon here, okay? We do have a Sagittarius super moon coming up on the 14th. So I believe there's something here. You know, there's something here. Let this be, we're building up to it right now. We only got a few days, all right? So this would be the time to really do your final clearing work. And I see that will facilitate the transformational energy. You know, you'll be able to really activate your visions, clear your path ahead, and from there you can shoot for the moon. You know, follow your instincts, follow your intuition with that wolf in the background there, about where you need to cut cords, you know, where you need to do this work. Where do you need to clean the vessel? You can't pour nothing in a fucking cup like that, okay? So this is really important. Some of you would really benefit from taking a white bath, you know? In particular with that full moon. But before you do a white bath, you really want to make sure you've like prepared the vessel. It's a blessing bath. It's like a blessing way. Yeah, and this brings in a lot of happiness if you follow this. And with 35 there, 8, that's manifestation. You know, we got the sun card here. I also pick up Leo energy with that. I can't help it. I have to call it in. You know, and more as an archetypal sense, you know, embodying that like spirit of confidence, you know, Measured cockiness, people. Okay, measured cockiness. It's okay. It's okay to be a little cocky. It's okay to feel good about yourself. You know, there ain't nothing wrong with that. But do stay grounded. You know, do keep anchored. Don't get so fucking full of yourself. All right, that can be a problem. Then your magic goes awry. You know. Yeah, you know, that's what kind of sabotages your workings with this fox in the hen house. All right. So that's interesting. I can't help but notice this. It does look like there's going to be some important message that comes in over this next week, probably at the tail end of the week with this 16 there. I think that you're going to receive a message from somebody who's actually trying to block your blessings. All right, because we see the wish here and the broken mirror. There's somebody that's going to contact you this week, and this person is somebody you really do need to be cutting cords with, all right? So pay attention. You'll have to tune into your intuition to know who it is, but this is who's blocking your path. And this is the message I have for you this week, 30:55 on the clock. Do what you need to do, clear your way, because your wish is coming in.